Hi Taurus, I hope that you're doing well. So today we're going to do a reading for the latter part of July going into the beginning of August. In front of us we've got two of the decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. We're starting off with a message from the Beautiful Creatures Tarot deck, which I tend to use more as an oracle deck, and that's how I'm going to be using it today. So let's see what the overall sort of theme is for this reading with the Beautiful Creatures deck. What do we need to know for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising for the end of July going into the start of August? And I have to say, this year has gone by so quickly. It's crazy. But let's see what you get. So for Taurus, you have... That makes sense, actually. So you've got the Two of Swords, confusion. I did have a few false starts with doing your reading. Let's just get this clear. Yeah, this is like my third attempt or fourth attempt, is it, doing your reading? And the last one, when I was reshuffling the decks again, I was thinking, you know what? I wonder if there's something here where there's a bit of like it was like a bit of apprehension. Yeah, just a bit of a feeling of sort of apprehension, uncertainty. And then you've got the Two of Swords, which here it means confusion. So that makes sense to me now. Because I was wondering why. I was like, why do I feel like this? I've like prepped everything. Everything's ready. So what is the deal with this false starts business? But anyway, let's get your tarot cards out and see what else we need to know here. So what else do we need to know about this Two of Swords confusion card for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising? I don't know why I'm getting the feeling. I know the cards don't specifically signify that, but like, you know, like kind of like the angel and devil thing on each shoulder, or good and bad, that sort of vibe. We'll see what else comes out, but that sort of come into mind. Okay. Won't be surprised if the Seven of Swords comes out, because that can be to do with risky behavior sometimes, and yeah, there's a possibility that might be relevant here, but let's see. So what else do we need to know for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising? Right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. What else? We've got the Ten of Pentacles. What else do we need to know? Got two more. We have the Ace of Wands, and we've got the Six of Wands as well. Right, I'm going to get straight into the clarifiers and see what else we get from this. One thing that comes to mind straight away is making a decision about what to invest in. If there's like a new opportunity or a plan that you're wanting to come up with or have come up with about something that you want to be successful, it's, you know, deciding. I don't even know if it's so much if it's worth it, like considering if it's worth investing in, but sort of how to go about it or where to put the effort and energy possibly. As I said, there may be an element of risk involved, like deciding which is the riskiest. Is that even a word? Riskiest. Yeah. Let's get the clarifiers out on the Eight of Pentacles. There might be something as well. Say if it's something where if you're deciding to make an investment, whatever that is, deciding financially or in terms of resources whether it is going to be the best investment. So it could be anything from starting a new business to buying a house. You could be buying a house. It could even be something like, you know, if you're in a relationship and you're deciding whether or not it's a good idea to move in together, or if you definitely want to move in together, you know, what's the best plan? You move into their place, they move into your place, you buy a new place, and then obviously there's all the things you got to consider around that, like location and all sorts is involved in that. So what else do we need to know about this Eight of Pentacles? There's a shitload of cards, by the way. Okay, yeah. So we've got the Knight of Cups, Five of Cups, Death card, and the Devil. which to me, the first thing that comes to mind is, yeah, again, you've got something where you want to invest in something, put your time, effort, energy, resources into something, but you don't want to be disappointed, do you? So it would just basically be contemplating what is the best way to go about this, or what is the best opportunity to take on. And obviously with the devil there is a little bit of concern, because you want it to go well, don't you? You want it to work out. Let's look at that Ten of Pentacles. I mean, Ten of Pentacles, it is about long-term plans. Well, not so much plans, but long-term investments. But obviously, before you invest in something, you're going to have a plan anyway. So let's look at the Ten of Pentacles. Try that again, because they just sort of fell off the top. You got the Hierophant there. That is another card that can relate to commitment. Actually, I'm going to try and be... Shall I try and be a little bit neater with this bottom row? Yeah, we'll be a bit neater today. What else do we need to know about this Ten of Pentacles? Somebody could be contemplating marriage, actually. We don't have a marriage card here specifically, but it is a big decision, isn't it? Especially with that Hierophant and Ten of Pentacles. Right, I've got the Six of Wands. Again, that thought about risky behavior is coming to mind here, because with the Hierophant and that Ten of Pentacles, it's giving that thought about, do you want to invest or give to something that's is it tried and true or tried and tested, where there's more of a guarantee with it? Or do you want to go for the riskier investment? Because you've got the Six of Wands there, where it feels like that would be a bit of uncertainty about whether or not something's going to be successful or work out for the best. We have the Nine of Cups. And that's a card of satisfaction, isn't it? And the thing is, sometimes just because something is like has more certainty and stability as a long-term option, you probably do want to consider, will it make you feel fulfilled as well, like satisfied, emotionally satisfied? Practicality alone isn't enough. Sometimes, is it? Anything else? Oh, I feel, yeah, I'm going to say it because the feeling is coming up. So that thing about being satisfied, it's just making me think, where people are in situations where they are choosing a potential partner, and say they've got two people that they're considering. One person they know is very, very stable and secure, and like they've got a proven track record of being a stable, secure, mature partner, someone that you could rely on, and you just sort of know that the chances are, it's like a 99% chance that you could build a really good stable future with them, and that is more of a practical consideration. But then you've got someone where things are a little bit, not toxic, we don't want to go down that route with it being toxic, but it's just a bit more uncertain. Like there's no guarantee. You just don't know how it would turn out. Like maybe the emotions are there and it's more exciting, but you just don't know. It's not as stable. It's not as much of a stable, there's not as much stable potential, or you don't see it as having as much potential to be stable as with the other person. So it's choosing the excitement and the emotion and the adventure over what you perceive would definitely be more stable. I don't know why that came to mind. And again, where I said it's like the good and bad, the devil on the shoulder, the angel on the shoulder. It's that, isn't it, where you're tempted, that's probably a strong word, tempted into choosing what's riskier or deciding what seems more secure. So let's see what else comes to mind with this as well. And I've just realised that Ace of Wands, it is the excitement, it is the passion. The Ten of Pentacles is the stability. The Ace of Wands is the passion and the excitement. Can there be a compromise where you can have both? Interest. Oh, I knew it was going to come out. Right, so we have the Lovers first of all. So after I just talked about that kind of concept of choosing a partner, the Lovers would be that connection, the excitement, You've got the Two of Wands, which is a choice. And then, of course, it came out the Seven of Swords, which is the riskier. That would be the riskier one, wouldn't it? The riskier choice. So, yeah. Okay, I think I've pretty much said what I needed to say on that. So I'll put these out of the way. So let's look at the Ace of Wands. What do we need to know about that? And it could be for someone that maybe you are already in a situation, whatever it is, whether it is to do with where you live, you work, your marriage, partnership, whatever, where things already are very secure and have deep roots, but you might be thinking of how can you make it more exciting, or is there another opportunity that's come up that is more, that sort of lights your fire, to put it bluntly, and you might be considering, do I go for that instead? Yeah, I'm just thinking again where I was talking about the devil and angel on your shoulder. In terms of relationships, if somebody is, I'll say it because it's come up, if somebody already is in an established secure relationship, there is the possibility that someone else has come along and it's deciding, you might be in a state of mind where you're deciding if you want to switch, basically. Okay, and go for someone new. Ace of Wands. What do we need to know about the Ace of Wands? Okay, I'm going to put that on top of there because it's bugging me just hanging around at the side. So we've got the Page, Page of Swords first, followed by the Queen of Cups. And that almost feels like investigating your own emotions to make your decision. Yeah, trying to investigate and figure out how you feel about the choices that are in front of you, or that you need to figure out. Anything else? Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Interesting. One more. Okay, I wasn't going to take it actually because it's quite a few, but I will. So we've got, let's move some of these along. That Three of Swords feels a bit like a sacrifice. Whether that means you could risk being hurt or disappointed, depending on what you choose, or you may end up disappointing or hurting someone else in the process. Yeah, see, I mean, that's the new opportunity. That's here. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, to me, is like deciding whether or not you want to plant a new seed, take up a new opportunity, new investment, etc. There's conflict with it. It feels conflicted or challenging with that Five of Wands there. You've got the Four of Pentacles in the middle, and that for me is deciding whether you hold on to what you've already got, or what feels stable and secure, or again, possibly a riskier new opportunity or different opportunity. Let me just get one for that Three of Swords. Try that again. Seven of Swords came out, but I don't know, it didn't feel good, didn't feel right. Three of Swords, please. I literally feel like I'm going to sneeze right now, so I'm trying to hold that in. Three of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. I'll do another one. I've got a thought on that, but let me just do another one. They're flying all over the place now. I don't know if it's almost like you feel like you just don't know, what to do. You want what's best for you, but you're not sure what to do, to be honest. This again, this feels like the angel and devil on the shoulder, because the Queen of Pentacles, to me, obviously, yes, you want what's best for you, but she would be the considerate, responsible person that wants to do what's best for her, but she would probably be more considerate of what's best for others as well. Like, she wouldn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And then you've got the Knight of Wands, who's the exact opposite, that wouldn't give a shit. They just go and do whatever they want to do without nobody can tell them what to do. Like, on do I even want to call it the more shadowy side of the Knight of Wands? I don't even know if I want to call it the shadowy side, because it's just, we're human, aren't we? Sometimes we just want to be selfish, and I don't mean it, even necessarily mean it in a negative way. We just want to do what we want to do and what feels good to us. So again, it's the sort of almost feels like the angel and devil there. So yeah, it's pretty much what I already said, is contemplating if someone might get hurt or someone might get disappointed, whether it's you or someone else, depending on what choice you make. Is there actually any advice in this reading? I mean, there will be by the end of it when I get you a oracle card, but let's see what the Six of Wands says here. I feel like saying with the Six of Wands that you're in the driver's seat. That's which you would know that you're in the driver's seat. It's up to you. Anything else to consider here? What do we need to know about that Six of Wands? Seven of Cups. Choices, opportunities. We have the Empress there. I feel like saying you have the power to choose, which is pretty obvious. So I don't know if someone feels like they don't have the power to choose. And even in that card, when I saw that, I was going to say something similar. Not the exact words, you have the power to choose, but something along those lines. But I wanted to see what would clarify it first. It does kind of feel like a stand in your power card, to be honest. In this reading, it feels like a stand in your power, with whatever decision you're trying to make. Anything else for that? Three of Wands. I should have said it before. When I saw that Three of Wands, the first thought that came to mind was, have you been putting off or sort of procrastinating on making a decision or making a move? And then the Four of Swords comes after it, which is like literally not doing anything, isn't it? For me, it can be deep contemplation. It can be sort of taking a time out, taking a break, taking a step back. So is it that you literally have the power to make a choice or to make a move or to make something work, and you've kind of been holding back on that? Because you do have the power to do something now. Ace of Swords. Do you feel like you need more clarity? Let me get a couple for the Ace of Swords. The World. Wheel of Four. Okay, yeah, I kind of get where this is going, to be honest. Seven of Pentacles. I'll get one more, but I feel like I already know what this is about. Okay, yep. Nine of Swords and Ace of Cups. So you may feel like you need more clarity. And obviously, as always, use your own discernment. If you really do feel like you need more clarity, then do what you have to do to get that. But it might be a case here of you won't get the clarity until you make the move, until you start something new, to be honest, because you've got the World there, the Wheel of Fortune. So it's almost like nothing can change, or you won't know how things are going to work until you step into it. Yeah, I'm almost getting this image in my head. Well, I am getting this image in my head of, like if you wanted to go through a door, you have a rough idea of what's behind there, but you're not going to know exactly what's in the room or through the door until you literally open it and step into it, and then it becomes clearer. That's the thought I'm getting. As I say, you've got the question again, is it worth it, with the Nine of Swords, which is a bit of anxiety. But with the Ace of Cups, it's almost like trust how you feel, trust your gut, trust your intuition. Obviously, there's always going to be practical considerations in any decision as well. But maybe you don't trust how you feel about something, to be honest. That might be something that's an issue here. Part of the confusion is that you don't trust how you feel. But as I say, definitely for some, it looks like you're not going to get clearer on it till you step into it. And again, use your discernment. If you really genuinely do need more clarity, and that's what you feel intuitively, then your intuition is more important. As I always bear in mind when I do these readings, your intuition is the most important thing, not the reader telling you what you should or shouldn't do. So let's get you some final advice. I think that was the most advice, was that you may have to step into it to figure out if it's going to work or not, rather than procrastinating or wondering. So final card of advice from the Power of Surrender deck. Not Power of Surrender, it's actually Sacred Power, okay? That might be relevant, actually, the Power of Surrender. I don't know why I said that. That might be a message for you. The power of surrender is important in this situation. If you're having trouble making a decision, the power is in surrendering instead of creating more confusion for yourself, possibly. So final advice for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. That was very dramatic. You have, oh God, this card, why? We've got Devas, I can never say this, and I'm going to have to look in the book because I can never, I have a rough idea. It's something to do with spirits in nature, but I can never remember exactly what it means. And then you have sound. So let me look in the book briefly. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just want to get the gist of it. So the Devas or Devas card. Oh, I love it. Oh my God, okay. Master your own energy, take appropriate action. Okay. I mean, there is more. There is more, yeah. It's nature spirits. It says they are the masters, Devas are the master of energy, encourage you now to master your own as in your own energy. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty, it goes with the reading, it does, to be honest. It is about sort of owning your own power, or where you direct your energy and how you direct your energy. Okay. So yeah, bear that in mind. Master your own energy, take appropriate action. And the sound card, I'll just quickly look at that one. It says, move to your own rhythm, express yourself creatively. And there's an affirmation here that says, I listen to create power within me. I resonate with the beat of the universe. This could very much relate to, again, I was saying, trust how you feel. Listen to yourself. Listen to what your intuition, your heart, your gut feelings, whatever is telling you, and making a decision, and trust that. So I think I'm going to leave that there for you. Yep, I'm going to leave that there for you for today. Hopefully there was something helpful for you in that. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Hi Virgo, I hope that you are well. Today's reading is going to be for the last part of July going into the beginning of August. In front of us we've got the oracle decks. Well, some of the decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. Yep, this is actually not an oracle deck, Beautiful Creatures, but I do tend to use it as that. That's how it feels for me. So we're going to start off with a message from this one first to get the main theme of the reading. So what do we need to know for Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising? What do we need to know for Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising for July to August? What do we need to know? That full moon in Capricorn that we've got coming up might be... No way. Look at that, the moon. I was just looking at my calendar on the wall because there is a full moon in Capricorn. I think it's on Sunday, the 21st. I can't see it clearly from here. I'm too far away. That's interesting. I love that. That is I love the artwork in this deck as well. It's absolutely stunning. But yeah, so the full moon might be very relevant. I mean, it's relevant for everyone, but for you in particular, there might be something, I don't know. But yeah, that just came to mind. That is hilarious. Okay. The card underneath it is progress. So maybe there's some sort of progress with that full moon. We'll see. But yeah, what does Virgo need to know? Right, I love that actually. We've got the star, hope. So let's put that, make sure it's not blurred. Okay, I think that's clear now. So let's move that over there for you. And let's get your tarot cards out as well. Just deciding which ones I'm using. Okay, yeah. What else do we need to know for Virgo? Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do we need to know for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? You've got the Six of Swords. The word recalibrate is coming to mind. So, yeah. You might have to change some sort of plans, but let's see what else comes out. Or redirect yourself in some way, shape, or form. Oh wow, we've got the Star. That's beautiful. Okay, we've got the Star again, and you also have the Hanged Man. Anything else? And you've got the Queen of Wands as well. So let's get some clarification on this. So Six of Swords, first of all, what do we need to know there? Page of Swords. King of Wands. I'm specifically hearing, not literally, but like in my mind, come up with a new plan. Come up with a new plan. That's coming to mind strongly. Anything else for that Six of Swords, please? Ace of Swords. One more. Yes or no? I'm going to take them. I'm not sure about this, to be honest. But I will take them. We've got the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. You might not be sure yourself, to be honest. Because I feel like I've taken the cards. I did ask myself mentally, is it a yes? And I got a yes. But then at the same time, I feel unsure. Right, so Six of Swords, first of all, it's kind of a card of going on a journey. It can also be a card of moving on. I've said about 50 million times at this point that I often feel like this, well, no, I always feel like this person in the back is the Hermit, which is Virgo, represents Virgo as well. And it's like your inner hermit guiding you away or on a path, on a journey, and there's something, say, I've said this a million times, there's something sacred in that box. And that can change. It depends on the reading, whatever's sacred in the box. So we've got that there. That's like a journey or moving on. With the Page of Swords there and the King of Wands, that was the come up with a new plan energy. Because for me, the Page of Swords in this reading, it's like figuring something out, investigating something. The King of Wands is the person that kind of executes plans, don't they? So that's why I've got come up with a new plan. The Ace of Swords can be connected to like clarity. It can be ideas actually as well. Ideas, clarity. There might be someone or someone that you need to communicate a new plan with, or an idea or a thought with. Okay. Yeah, there might be communication around a new plan or a new idea. Again, that word recalibration is coming back in. It might be contemplating how to communicate something as well. I don't know if there's some uncertainty with that Nine of Cups about whether or not it's going to be satisfying, this new plan, or expressing the new plan is going to be satisfying. It feels like there's uncertainty with that. Okay, I'm going to move on from that because, yeah, it just feels uncertain. Let's look at the Star. I mean, you've got the Star here as hope and you've got it here again. So there's definitely a sense of hope, even if there is a new plan or a new direction or whatever. There's a sense of hope with that, you know, almost like, okay, this might be a better way kind of thought. What do we need to know about that Star, please? You've got the Page of Cups. Eight of Cups with a moon in it again, so that moon really could be quite significant, whether you've literally set intentions around something with that moon or something happens on that full moon. But yeah, the moon is standing out quite a bit, and that is another card of kind of moving on as well. It's where something's missing, and with the eight cups are missing, and you're going to find the ninth cup. And I think another thing I was going to say with the Page of Cups or Ace of Cups, whatever you were doing previously or whatever direction you were in previously, it's almost that vibe of where you realize and have that light bulb moment where it's like, oh, I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling that, and you want to go towards something or choose a direction or a plan or a path that you are feeling, where you can say, yeah, I'm really feeling this. And that's what I get with that Page of Cups and Ace of Cups. There's something with that Page of Cups about something being in its infancy as well. Let's see what else comes up. But as I say, you've got a strong energy of hope here, so that helps. Right, your card, Virgo, Knight of Pentacles, is another card that can represent Virgo energy. So as I said, recalibration with the Knight of Pentacles there, it's like committing to something new or a new direction, new path, new plan. You've got the Nine of Swords and the Empress there. And for me, again, the Empress is that energy of hope, isn't it? It's knowing that you have the ability. Do I want to say resources? I feel like saying resourceful, much less resources, that you are resourceful enough to commit to a new path or a new plan. Yeah, there's naturally going to be a bit of anxiety. That's, we're human. We get anxious, So we get anxious, we can't help it sometimes, but it's like you are resourceful enough to go in the new direction. Again, the hope energy. So let's look at the Hanged Man, because you could you be in limbo at the minute with this? Let's see what the clarifiers say first of all. The Hanged Man, what do we need to know about this? We've got the Knight of Cups, Four of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles. That Four of Cups energy again is the not feeling it energy. Where the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles is where you'd leave behind or move away from what you're not feeling to go towards what you are feeling. Anything else? High Priestess, the Sun. Okay, I think it is, with that Hanged Man, it is a little bit of limbo. Not in the sense that you're stuck, that you are literally stuck and don't know how to get yourself out. It's just, when you're coming up with something new and you kind of want to keep it to yourself, you're just biding your time until you reveal it. The Sun would be where the High Priestess would be where you're being kind of secretive and just feeling it out internally, in your own mind, in your heart, in your intuition. And the Sun is then when you decide to reveal it. So that could be the point at which you decide to, if you need to communicate it or make it known or communicate with more people. But yeah, for the Hanged Man, for the time being, it's for me, it's the thought process. It's like the thought process of coming up with a new plan or the idea. Let's look at that Queen of Wands energy. And she's another energy who would be quite resourceful, wouldn't she? So Queen of Wands, what do we need to know about her? You've got the Fool, that's being willing to go in. I mean, Knight of Wands is definitely a new direction, can be seen as a new direction. The Fool, the leap of faith, isn't it? That person really is ready to go off on a new path, start a new adventure. The Queen of Wands gives very determined energy as well. Like, she'll say, right, this is what I want and I'm going for it. She's not even going to be sitting there worrying about what could go wrong or what couldn't go wrong. It's just, I want to do it and I'm going to do it. Anything else? I love it. You've got the Strength card out, which is good. Okay, the Chariot, again, that's a little bit of that. I'm going to get one for that on its own, actually. We'll leave that there. It's a pause. I don't even feel like it's a delay. It could be a delay for someone, but it feels more like, you know, like when you get into the car and you getting ready to take off. Like say you just got in the car and you're going through the process of putting in the key and then doing whatever else, making sure your mirrors are in the right place and all that business. And then you turn the ignition and then you decide in your journey. It's that kind of energy. It doesn't necessarily feel like a delay, although it could be for one person, but for the most part, it just feels like getting ready to go. Then you've got the Lovers. That would be what you're feeling, the thing that you're feeling. And then the Strength card is the Courage, which is Leo energy, the Queen of Wands. She's actually Aries, actually, but that fire energy of having the courage and determination to go for it. Okay, what's the advice here? It doesn't really look like you need it, to be honest, but because it looks like you already have that sense of hope and determination in there. But let's see what your advice is from the Sacred Power deck. I mean, if you don't already, like if you're already in the phase, or if you are in the phase where you're thinking about coming up with a new plan but you haven't decided yet, this reading might be the push. If the Hanged Man is more like a limbo for you, where you're feeling a little bit like you're not sure, because I did say there was uncertainty with that Nine of Cups, then this might be a bit of encouragement to say, yeah, go for it, you know. Let's see what comes out with the Sacred Power deck for you. What do we need to know here? Right, you've got Divine Consciousness. Do I need another one? No. So you've got Divine Consciousness, and that for me, I will look in the book for this one, but it is one of the things that come to mind with this is prayer. Like if you feel like you're struggling to decide or make a decision or whatever it is, prayer, you know, whether you're praying to God, whether you're talking with spirit guides, angels, whatever it is, there's that. And also tapping into your kind of like your higher self or your intuition as well for support and guidance. So that's part of the advice. Okay, so Divine Consciousness, it says Divine Awakening, open your mind to new possibilities. And I did say like new plan. There could be something very spiritual here as well, because we did get like the High Priestess, the Hanged Man is a spiritual card. The Star is spiritual, isn't it, as well? So there could be something, some sort of new plan or new idea or new direction around spirituality as well, your spiritual path. That's another thing that comes to mind. Interesting, it says here as well, Divine Consciousness enables us to open our mind to different states of reality and communication. So in terms of spirituality, there could be something around communication there as well, whether it is spiritual communication or something. It mentions awakening. So this new path, new journey could be to do with awakening, like spiritual awakening as well. And it says, as part of the advice, I will read this bit because this might be relevant for you. You are encouraged to meditate to remove yourself from earthly dramas, gossip, and physical issues. What would physical issues be? Like, I'm just curious, what would that be? Physical issues, like a fight with someone. It says, be gentle with yourself, eat nutritious food, drink enough water, and get plenty of rest. By connecting to a state of consciousness higher than our mind's physical awareness, we eliminate impurities and toxicity within the body. It also says, this will kind of bring in messages, like intuitive messages, but it also says to keep a journal if this is something you want to do. Keep a journal for the next 21 days. You can do it longer than that if you want, to record thoughts, feelings, and messages, meditation or dream states that arise as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. There's not much else I can say, to be honest. Hopefully there was something helpful there for you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching the video. Take care. Hi Capricorn, I hope that you're well. Today's reading is going to be for the last half of July to the going into the beginning of August. In front of us we've got two of the decks that we're going to be using for today's reading. We're going to start off with a message from the Beautiful Creatures Tarot deck, which I tend to use more as an oracle deck, so that's how it's going to be used today. So let's get straight into it. So what do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for the last part of July going into August? And as I said in the other readings, I cannot believe how quickly the year has gone. It's yeah, it's absolutely insane, isn't it? Right. What do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising? That was far too quick. So I'm not going to take those. I will show you what they are, but I'm not going to take them. So we have the world, Hermit. Sorry, I got a really itchy ear then. The World, Completion, and the Hermit, Introspection. So if it's a message on its own, if you have been through a recent cycle, completed a recent cycle in your life, you might be kind of contemplating that, you know, what happened, what you've understood from it. Let's try that again though. What do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising? Oh, actually, the full moon that's on my calendar is really far away from me right now, but I believe it's on the Sunday the 21st. Yeah. Interestingly, so I've done a few readings today, more than a few, and the last reading I did for Virgo, I felt like the full moon would be very relevant for them. And cards came out that kind of connected to that as well. And for you, I mean, obviously it's in your sign, so you're probably going to feel it more than anyone, but it's interesting that the Hermit came out, because the Hermit is a Virgo card. So I don't know if there's a connection to a Virgo possibly that might be relevant, or yeah, there might be something relevant in your 6th house, because the 6th house is Virgo as well. Okay. What do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising? You've got the Emperor, Sovereignty, and you have the Nine of Cups, Satisfaction. And looking at those two together, the first thing that comes to mind is the cat that got the cream, which that would be both of them together, wouldn't it? The cat that got the cream. So we'll put those over here. I think you can see that. What are you up to, Capricorn? Let's see, let's find out. What do we need to know for Capricorn? We've got the Magician. I love that. You may have learned, if that first little message, the first two cards that came out before these were relevant to you about having completed a cycle, and being introspective about that, you might have learned something about how you use your own power to get a greater sense of satisfaction in whatever area of your life that is, whether it is to do with professionally, in relationships, whatever. How to use your power, or how you use your power for your greatest benefit. Anything else for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising, please? So you've got the Fool. You have the Judgment card. Bloody hell, this is a powerful reading. Whoa, and the Emperor's back. The Emperor's out there twice. So there's definitely, to me, there's definitely something about your power in here. 3 cards that indicate it. The Emperor coming up twice and the Magician as well. But you've got all majors here. So yeah, big things going on for you at the minute with 3 major arcana cards. And one thing that we can say with the major arcana cards, when you get that many majors in a reading as well, whatever's going on, I mean, obviously you have free will, 100% you have free will, but it's almost like you have the backing of the universe or whatever it is you believe in as well, in what you're doing, or a push from the universe to do things as well. So let's get the clarifiers out and see what we need to know here. I don't know if you felt a bit stuck previously because the cards got stuck then, and that kind of stood out to me. But anyway, let's see. Magician, what do we need to know about this magician? That is a very interesting combination. We've got the King of Pentacles and the Tower together. And I say it's interesting because obviously the King of Pentacles is a card of, it's like stability. It's a card of building. Why is my ear so itchy in your, is it just your reading, or was it the previous one as well where I got an itchy ear? That's weird. Yeah, the King of Pentacles is a builder. Someone builds and creates stability, which the Emperor also does as well. But then the Tower is where things are falling apart. So interesting. Let's see what else comes up. That World card is well, not back because it was from the previous deck, but you've got the World. Okay. The another thing that came to mind actually, what was it? Something about a house of cards. Is there a sort of saying about a house of cards falling down? Something along those lines that came to mind. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles. This is interesting because it's kind of backwards, isn't it? Where normally, well, not normally, but what would often happen in a reading, if there's progression, you would normally get a page, then a knight, maybe a queen. Sometimes this queen gets skipped over, and then go to a king. And that's like progression, where you've started something and you progress and mature through it. This is backwards. You've got the King of Pentacles, where it's like there's already stability, then something falling apart, then a new chapter, and then like starting from scratch with that Page of Pentacles. It doesn't feel bad, if you want to put it that way, because there's so many cards of power here. So it's almost like if you've been in a situation where something within your life regarding your stability has fallen apart, you look happy about it, to be honest. I'm not gonna, well, for someone probably looks happy about it, or if not happy, just not concerned. Like, it's like, even though that's fallen apart, it's like, it's, yeah, all right, I can just start again. I'll just start again. Yeah, it's giving a bit of a start again vibe, because hopefully at this point, you know, and if you don't already, then this message is probably a heads up to you. You have the power to start again. You have the power to start a new cycle, to explore something new. I don't know why I feel like create a new life is coming to mind. I know that's really dramatic. No, it's not dramatic, actually. It's not dramatic. I'll tell you why it's not dramatic. You've got the World. That's like a whole new cycle, new chapter. You've got the Fool, which is being ready to take a leap of faith. You've got Judgment. That is like a resurrection, rebirth type energy, which is a new life. So it feels, in this reading, it's almost like you could actually, in however you want to, however it feels for you, it feels like you're starting a new life. I mean, as I say, Page of Pentacles, it's like starting from scratch, planting a new seed, starting from scratch. So I don't know what's fallen apart, and I'm almost tempted to look. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's just get one card for the Tower. But as I say, it's like rebuilding from the ground up, where something's fallen apart. But as I say, I don't know if for someone's actually happy that things are falling apart and happy to start again, or for some, maybe you kind of tore it down, to be frank. Maybe you bulldoze something down to start again, or you were the catalyst for something falling apart so that you can start it again or start from scratch. So one for the Tower. Okay, I like that. That's interesting. Two of Pentacles. In reverse, though. Which to me, and I've said this, I think you were the first ever reading I said this in, probably at some point last year, about someone needing to drop the balls because they're trying to juggle stuff or do things that either they don't want to do or are not beneficial to them, or to keep something going, and it's just like a flogging a dead horse. I don't know why that's coming to mind, like flogging a dead horse or something, and it's like dropping the balls. But as I say, it almost looks like someone could be happy about that. But yeah, it's a bit of a dropping the balls vibe, where it's like you can't keep this up anymore, so it's falling apart, but it works out for the better. Let's get one more for that Tower. Yeah, See, you've got the Two of Wands there. Yep, Two of Wands and Six of Swords. So it could be you that could have been the catalyst or made the choice to blow shit up, or just to let it fall. You know, you either let the tower fall or you blew the tower up yourself and made the choice. You made that choice and now you've moved on. You literally dropped the balls and moved on. Right, let's move that out of the way. Interesting reading, Capricorn. And I would say that with that being the case, part of it is to do with your power, your sense of power, and control, you know, taking the lead in, well, not taking the lead, but taking the reins in your life and putting your making your sense of satisfaction a priority, especially if that's something that you'd put on the back burner. Let's look at the Fool. I love that. There's freedom, massive sense of freedom with that Fool. The Ten of Wands, that's the end of the struggles, isn't it? And then freedom with the Fool. Free to go off and pursue whatever dreams you want with that Knight of Cups there. Five of Pentacles. Let's see what comes after that. Queen of Cups. I may get one just for the Five of Pentacles, actually. And Knight of Pentacles. The way I look at the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles together, it's like a feelings-based commitment. Okay, there's that. There's a feelings-based commitment. But one way I'm looking at this before I clarify that Five of Pentacles is whatever decision you made, if you've left something behind or left something to fall apart, let's say rejection, consider it as a rejection with that Five of Pentacles. There is an element of taking into account how you feel and the practical side with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. That's another way of looking at it as well. So whatever decision you made, you took everything into account to make that decision rather than using one or the other. Let me get one for that Five of Pentacles. I've just realised that my mic is in a really weird place, so I hope that hasn't ruined the reading with all the movement. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, another kind of liberated type energy. Five of Cups. And the Fool again. I feel like this is you've rejected something or a certain way for the benefit of your own sense of liberation. You don't want to feel that freedom is there on either end. You don't want to feel that. I mean, it's in reverse, so that means you've got out of that now. With the Five of Cups, that's where you feel hurt, sad, disappointed, devastated even. You don't want to feel that anymore. So that's why there's been a rejection there. Just bear with me a minute. I really hope the mic hasn't, the position of the mic hasn't ruined it. I didn't realise it was like hanging off me. So it might be a lot of weird sounds with that. Hopefully not. Yeah, so I feel like it's where you've rejected something for your own sense of freedom. Let's move on from that. I don't want to have to record this reading again because I think it's a good reading. So for you, let's see what the Judgment card is. As I say, it's like it's giving yourself another chance, like a new life or something. But let's see. Try that again. Oh, I like that. So the Empress came out. I'm going to try again, but the Empress came out, which is good because the Empress gives birth to something new, doesn't she? Rebirth energy again. Something's finished, and then you have the Star, which is hope. The hope for something new, or with something new. You've got the Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, and I'll get one more. But to be honest, that just feels like being free from these energies, that feeling of being trapped, mentally trapped. And I might get one just for that Five of Swords. That would be, again, that would be, well, it can be the selfish by necessity card, but this could be the energy that you've fleed from as well, something that's kind of left you feeling defeated, or that did leave you feeling a bit defeated. Okay, yeah, I'll take those. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. I feel like it's a shift. Like the Eight of Pentacles in itself, it's not a bad card, is it? It's just usually about focus and commitment. And it can refer to you making a choice about what you really want to give your energy to, your time and effort and energy to, and going for that, moving away from whatever this is, because that feels like a waste of your energy with that Five of Swords. But it could also be a shift from, with the Eight of Pentacles, how would I put it? I can't think of the right word. Kind of monotony is coming to mind a little bit. Where something feels monotonous, like you put in all your time and energy and effort into it, you're very focused, you give into it, but it just feels monotonous. Like a never-ending, like Groundhog Day, a never-ending cycle of just doing this, and it's like, is there not more to this in life? But as I say, but then a shift to where you consider how you feel a little bit more, and there's a little bit more vulnerability, like being vulnerable with yourself about what you actually do want to give your time and energy to, where it feels like there's actual, like you're getting a reward or something from it. It's not just you giving and just constantly doing, and there's just nothing else. It's just you doing that 24/7, whatever that is. You want to go to something where there's some sort of actual give and take and engagement, and it feels rewarding. Doing it in itself feels rewarding. There's an end, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so let's move on to the main card here, the Emperor. And I've said before, so Capricorn, yeah, I think I'm trying to think. Actually, it's usually the King of Pentacles that I say tends to feel close to closest to Emperor energy. Yeah, that feels close to Emperor energy. Lost my train of thought there. Yeah, the King of Pentacles for me feels like the closest king to the Emperor energy, even though I know that the Emperor is an Aries card, and you would think that in that case then it would be more like the King of Wands. But for me, it feels like the King of Pentacles because of just that earthiness. And I would say probably, I think it probably would be Capricorn for me as an earth sign that would feel closest to the Emperor energy. I don't know why that's relevant. It's not really. And I'm sure there's something astrologically with I don't know if I've read something where some people connect Capricorn to the Emperor energy. You know, sometimes people have their own spin on things. I feel like I've read something like that before. Possibly Taurus as well, but I kind of feel like Capricorn has been connected to the Emperor energy alongside Aries. Okay, I'll leave that there. If you know anything about that, feel free to leave a comment and inform us all. Let's clarify the Emperor. Everything's flown everywhere. Okay, I've actually lost a card somewhere now on the floor. Where is it? Okay, behind me. So you've got the Ace of Cups that fell and the High Priestess. So that's, to me, that's trusting your gut. You know, going with what you feel in your gut feelings, your intuition in terms of the life that you want to create and the decisions that you want to make. Anything else? But not, it's going with your gut, not just about what will be successful though. It's not just about what you feel will be successful. It's about what feels right for you, what will feel best for you, what will give you the greatest satisfaction. We then have the Three of Swords. We have the Empress. Let's get one more. Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords, and that, to me, that's about expressing. In fact, the Empress, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Swords, obviously you go with your gut feeling, you decide what you want and how you want to live and what you want to do, but it's about expressing that as well, because we can have all these ideas in our head about the kind of life we want and who we want to be and what we want to do, but if we don't express them, then it's just a fantasy that lives in our mind, isn't it? And you can't get that satisfaction unless you actually express that and act upon it, whatever it is that you want. Let me just get one for the Three of Swords. Doesn't want to come out. I feel like the fact that those cards struggled to come out, like they were kind of jumping but wouldn't come out, there's something about suppressed pain with that Three of Swords. There's some sort of suppressed pain that was part of the picture. And it can be fierce. It can be fear, like a projection, like a fear of getting hurt. If you, say if there was a particular type of life you wanted to live, but you like, there's that fear in there that, oh, if I do that, then I'll probably end up getting hurt. It can be that, but it feels like there's something else there as well with suppressed pain. Like maybe even making a particular choice to kind of bypass or something, to bypass the pain of something, you know, like when, I'm going to say, because it's just the first thing, the obvious thing that comes to mind is like workaholic. That's just an obvious example, you know, like becoming a workaholic to avoid pain of something like, I don't know, grief or something like that, or a broken heart. But yeah, that Three of Swords feels like suppressed pain. And then the cards that came out were the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So the side where it could be about a projection, a fear of things not working out and being hurt, that would be the Seven of Pentacles, where is it worth it? But then the two of Swords, I mean, obviously that can be part of the is it worth it as well. But then, as I say, the other side of suppressed pain, the Two of Swords would be the, what the hell do you call it? Where you block something. Oh my God, I can't remember, but it's basically blocking. It's blocking something, isn't it? You don't see it, you don't hear it, you just pretend it's not really there, even though it actually is there. So that is the two truths. It's there, but you're pretending it's not. Okay, so is there actually any advice here? Let's find out. Let's get you an advice card from the Sacred Power deck. I think for the most part, the advice is about that typical saying of standing in your power and how do you use that to gain your sense of satisfaction. I mean, for the most part, the reading looks like this is happening. I mean, if it's not, then it is a kind of a heads up about getting that sense of freedom back and you know, going with your gut and how you feel to make your choices, what you feel will give you satisfaction. Is there any final advice for Capricorn for this reading, please? And I'm again pointing out that King of Pentacles with that tower that was at the start about being able to rebuild. That King of Pentacles looks like he just isn't really fazed by that tower at all. It's like, oh, it's falling, is it? Okay, I'll start from scratch. That's the vibe I got from that King of Pentacles. So if you're not already in that, then it might be kind of encouragement to take that on, to take on that frame of mind. But let's see, Sacred Power. You've got a couple, you've got three actually. Right, so you have, oh, this is interesting, I like this. Sacred Wisdom. Sacred Wisdom, to me, it's that energy, that intuitive energy that's within you, what you feel inside you, what you think inside you, that is your wisdom. That's how you use that to help you to express and use your power. You've got Manifestation, which is that magician energy again, the ability to kind of create the life you want and to rebuild if things fallen apart. And then you've got Change, because it looks like change. The reading looks like change. Going into a phase where you are creating a new life or getting a greater sense of satisfaction based on how you use your own power. So I'll leave that there for you, Capricorn. I'm really praying that this sound recorded properly, because I don't know what was going on, how that microphone ended up where it did. But yeah, excuse me. I don't know, I'm getting a dry throat. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.